I gave people all the stuff they really needed. Social Security checks, utility bills, TV guide.
I want a TV guidance counselor. TV guidance counselor. Staying up to watch all night, and everything's gonna be alright with my TV guidance counselor.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to TV Guidance Counselor. We made it through another month in 2025. We're 7 months in, something like that. More than halfway through. I think that's probably good. I hope you're doing okay. It's been a long, hot summer, and not in a sexy way. At least for me. If it's been a long, hot summer for you in a sexy way, please email me at tvguidancecounselor@gmail.com, ken@icanread.com, or go to my Patreon, patreon.com/tvguidancecounselor, and tell me all about it. Just share your sexy hot summer. You don't have to, but if it's something you want to, I assume you'd want to talk about it. You don't have to. Anyway, what we're not talking about this episode is that we are talking about old TV, and I have two guests. My guests are the co-hosts of the First 7-Inch Club podcast, Mike and Scot. They are Albany, New York punk rock guys, a lot of mutual friends. They have a great podcast talking about music, which is one of my loves, if you didn't know. And this was a fun chat. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of TV Guidance Counselor with my guests, Mike and Scot from the First 7-Inch Club podcast.
TV is my friend, and it has been always there for me in time of need.
Guests, plural this week, live via satellite from two different time zones. Mike and Scot, how are you, sir? Sirs.
Good, sirs. Good. Very, very glad to be here. As we said off air, this is a dream of both of ours, and you get to knock it out in one episode. Taking up a lot of your time.
One stone, two dreams.
Yes.
We try to cheat ways to talk about, general pop culture, like on our Patreon, where people are paying. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they like it. I don't think that they want us to do that.
But we still do it.
We take their money and we just talk about, whatever.
Everything but 7 inches? Because your show's about people's first musical purchase, right?
Sorta.
No, we do. It's the name First 7-Inch Club is taken from a song, a hardcore song, but we basically analyze hopefully the band's first 7-inch, like an obscure hardcore band or a punk band. But unfortunately, we found that not everybody wants to listen to people talk about 30-year-old obscure bands all the time. So every once in a while, we have to sneak in one that people know of,
like Taylor Swift or something like that.
Not that big, but yeah. But yeah, on the Patreon, we do a series called Equalizer Punk, where we analyze old TV and movies that feature punks in them.
Oh, because of the show The Equalizer.
Because of the show The Equalizer, because I mistakenly years ago thought the Quincy punk episode was an Equalizer.
Yeah, The Equalizer had no punks, which was surprising. It had Billy Zabka, who is a punk, but in the traditional prison sense of the term. But yeah, and I don't think they ever did a punk episode of The Equalizer. And as a Bostonian, I'm in love with the Denzel Washington Equalizer movies, which, if you haven't seen, are the best slasher movies of the last 25 years.
Really?
Do you like the Queen Latifah TV show?
No, it's god-awful. God-awful. But the movies... So have you ever seen the movie Vamp with Grace Jones?
Yes.
So the guy that wrote that... We're kicking it off right away, people, before we even get to the guide. But the movie Vamp, which my lighting in my room is oddly vamp-like this evening. But the guy who wrote and directed that movie kind of didn't do anything in movies for 20 years, and then he wrote the scripts for all 3 Equalizer movies.
Wow.
But the first one, if you haven't seen it, they're all shot in Boston, and the last 30 minutes of the first movie is Denzel Washington just killing dudes in a Home Depot with various power tools for 30 minutes in the goriest slasher movie that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one, but I'm a fan. I'm a very easy mark for just... I don't, but neither me and Mike like John Wick, which is the more obvious thing that everyone likes right now. But all the things that are like John Wick, like when the guy from Mr. Show made a John Wick movie.
Oh, yeah, Nobody. Yeah, Nobody. Bob Odenkirk, yeah.
Fine, it's fine. I'll watch that.
John Wick 4, though, you got Donnie Yen. Speaking of Boston, grew up in Boston's Chinatown, former street breakdancer.
Wow.
Does that figure into the plot? Please say yes.
Not in John Wick 4, but it does figure into the plot of some Donnie Yen movies. So his mother is Master Bosim Mak, who's like, and Mike, you were talking about MMA and wrestling a little bit earlier. She's like the world's greatest living practitioner of wushu. And so she taught him, and he was in Boston's Chinatown, was doing like b-boy, breakdancing for money, and triads kept trying to shake him down, and he just kept beating the fuck out of him. So his mother was like, I'm sending you to Hong Kong. It's probably for the best. So yeah, it did feature in his second film. Speaking of the 80s, you guys collectively picked an issue here, October 4th, 8th to the 14th, 1988. Why was this issue picked?
I think we made a mistake.
We made a mistake, like in hindsight, but we just had to go by the covers. One, it's my birthday's October 8th, so I was being
Nice.
a little vain. But also, we saw not only Dare John on the cover, but the Midnight Caller.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we were expecting a lot of Midnight Caller content in this episode, or this issue of TV Guide, and we were wrong because there's zero Midnight Caller content.
Hey, big Midnight Caller fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott,
if there's a lingering saxophone in the soundtrack, it's our favorite
Mm-hmm.
show.
Yeah, I had heard, like, I don't remember it from my childhood, but I was watching like one of those comps people made years ago on YouTube of like the openings of X year, of all the openings of all the new shows, like 1988's new TV shows on YouTube. And the Midnight Caller came up, and I was like, man, this theme song is amazing.
Yeah.
And I asked Scott about it, and he remembered it. And then I went back and watched a few episodes, and I was like, wow, this show's really great. So
It's a pretty great show.
yeah.
And I don't think it's streaming anywhere now, like
No.
legally.
No.
It's sort of this. So it was an NBC show, I believe. But mid 1980s, like 88 to 89, there was some really great, like pretty gritty primetime crime shows on. So obviously Spencer for Hire is one that I love so much, but
Yes.
really holds up. Also a great saxophone theme song, all three seasons. But Midnight Caller is not that too dissimilar. It's like a San Francisco kind of version of sort of Spencer for Hire, similar vibes. And Greg Proops is in an episode.
Is he?
Yes, he plays a cab driver and decided to do a ridiculous Brooklyn accent
Oh, man.
because they shot it there. He shot it in San Francisco. So like they would run out of it. Like anyone who did anything in the arts is in an episode of Midnight Caller.
Yeah, I grew up watching it, and I don't know why. I think because eventually it became a USA show. Like it was started out on NBC and it poured
Yes.
over.
So NBC had a late night programming block they built around the success of Midnight Caller, and it was called It's Too Hot to Sleep.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
So they were like kind of vaguely erotic thriller type TV shows, but like with no sex in them. So it was Midnight Caller, Nick Knight, which was the vampire cop show with Rick
Yep.
Springfield, and Silk Stockings.
I remember Silk Stockings. Yeah, knew it.
And so Silk Stockings got canceled, but USA Network bought the rights to make new episodes of the show. So they made new episodes of Silk Stocking for years. They did the same thing with The Hitchhiker and Alfred Hitchcock Presents. And then they bought the reruns of Midnight Caller. So they would put their like new, even lower budget episodes of Silk Stockings on like in a block with Midnight Caller just to make it feel more high class.
I didn't know those
amazing.
facts, but I felt those facts.
Yeah.
I felt in my body that all that
Yep.
stuff had to have happened that way.
It's too hot to sleep. You got to look on YouTube. Look up the "It's Too Hot to Sleep" ads sometime because they're so
will.
funny. Because it's a network show. Like they're not going to be showing boobs, but they try their hardest to make you think they will.
I used to work with a guy who would try and bring up Silk Stockings, and this is ages later. It hadn't been on TV probably 10 years. But if you mentioned TV, if you thought about TV, you'd be like, oh, you ever seen Silk Stockings? Have you seen the show Silk Stockings? You want to talk about it? I don't know if I've seen enough of it to talk to you about it for the 11th time this week, but
You think he was like a weird perv that wanted to perv out with people?
yeah, he's
Okay.
a little weird. Yeah.
Yeah. That's always the weird thing.
Say his full name.
I want his social security number. Yeah, because it's always like guys like that are always like, what's the name of that show? Yeah, there's a show, Silk Stockings. You ever seen that?
Want to come over and watch it tonight?
There's an episode. It's episode 14 on season 2. About a minute and 41 seconds into the show, there's a topless woman. You only see her from the neck bone up, but there's beads of sweat. All right, I don't need to. Yeah. Speaking of which, there's a cigarette ad on the back cover here
Love
for
it.
Salem cigarettes, which they call the Refreshist. And I think it's a man.
Hold on a second.
I think it's a man.
Verifying.
I honestly can't tell.
A little bit of a back tattoo, or is that just a blemish?
That's just a blemish on the guide. Are you talking about the Surgeon General's warning?
Yeah. I love smoke so much. I got the Surgeon General warning on my back.
Do you think anyone's gotten a tattoo over the Surgeon General's warning? They had to have.
Yeah, had to, definitely, for sure.
Probably on this call. Someone on the
Yeah,
call might have been.
right now. So it's from the back. It's like shoulders up. The person's like kind of orgasmically squirting a natural sponge on themselves, like above their head.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Salem Cigarettes is involved because you're not smoking in the shower. I don't really understand.
I can't put myself in the picture because she's got a wedding ring. He or she has a wedding ring. So
Yeah.
how am I supposed to be involved in this erotic imagery? It takes me right
I think it's a man because there's not an engagement ring, just a wedding ring.
That's true. That's true.
Given 88, but it's kind of a feminine dude. He's got some eyelashes going on
I
there.
can make it work. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed there's like I forget which one. There's like it's Merit.
Merit,
has one of those classic like Mad Men ads in here where
Yes.
it's like Merit cigarettes, the smoothest. It's got just copy, like a white
Yep.
page with copy in the middle, and then like way before that is More,
Yes.
and it's like you could see this weird clash of advertising styles in the 80s that More is doing the cool thing where it's just kind of being vague and not even showing faces, and then Merit is like, trust us, we're going to give you a healthy, cool, refreshing smoke.
Yeah, More was aimed at women. So these were like long, thin, and brown cigarettes.
Yeah.
And they're like, it has a quote, 2 quotes actually. So it's these two, this woman and a man, and they're kind of like laughing on a date. And she's doing a weird thing with her index fingers on his chin,
Yeah.
which is I've never seen anyone do. And it says, "What's the theory behind brown cigarettes?" And I don't know if this is the dialogue supposed to be between these two people. Like, this is a weird conversation. Because then the answer is, it's called the pleasure principle.
Yeah. You're gonna score tonight, big boy. And she's letting it all out.
My new go-to answer for anything is going to be, it's called the pleasure principle.
It's called the pleasure principle, sweetie.
My other thing, and this is never funny, and I say it every single time when my wife and I are watching TV, and I always answer questions from the shows. Like if someone's like, "How you doing?" or "How you feeling?" I always say what I think the funniest answer would be for them to do, and it's almost always horny, because that's never an appropriate answer in any TV show situation, but it would always make it funny. But we watch a lot of those like the repair shop and like shows where they're going to reveal like, "Oh, would you like to see it?" And every time I'm like, "Nope." Like the person just is like, "No," and then leaves. It's always funny to me. But anyway, so this is the issue you picked that's incorrect, which I disagree with. This is a great issue.
I mean, it's a great issue, but no Midnight Caller. They tease next issue will have Midnight Caller, but not this issue,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
well, that's how to get you to come back. But we get the power player behind Midnight Caller, NBC's youngest chief executive ever, Brendan Tartikoff, and this is actually a really fascinating sort of. It's sort of a biographical piece on him, but it also like takes you through a week in the life of like programming television in 1988, and it's kind of like really well done and interesting.
Yeah, this is a pretty modern sounding article because it's just telling me about work though. Like
That's true.
I thought we were going to talk about Dear John.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like they wrote this amazing article. Oh my God, it's going to blow your mind. They went up the elevator and they went into the boardroom and there was weird cards up on the wall. Oh, it's crazy. Everyone laughed and it's just like the article's just kind of talking about work.
I will say I've never worked anywhere that had a life-size drawing of Ed Grimley on the wall.
Yeah.
That's true. There's like multiple instances of Ed Grimley content hiding. He's like the Forrest Gump of this magazine. He's just sort of hiding in the background of a few places.
As a kid, I was obsessed with the TV schedule board. Mm-hmm. Like you would see it every so often in like random shows. Yeah. I think now people see it when like SNL will post like a picture of who's hosting and but like I have no idea why that thing seems so fascinating. It's just a friggin' whiteboard with stickers on it.
Yeah, I think you can get
But
that job
it
now.
controls everything.
Yeah.
Though. Like it controls your life. I mean, they kind of tip on that in this article. It's like it controls everybody's lives. That board. So
Yeah.
it is a magical thing.
It feels like if you moved anything on it, it would be like the butterfly effect instantly.
Yeah.
Well, there's an article later. I don't know if we're gonna talk about it, but there's an article later where it's like there's nothing good on TV, and the guy's like he's on the one hand scolding TV because they put all the good stuff on one night, and then the other hand scolding you for not reading and also not taping all other television and watching.
Yeah.
all
You can't win. You absolutely can't win. Then there's a weird article in here about an 8-part PBS series called The Mind.
Yeah,
and it's about like new technology for finding brain dysfunction. And it just has this this chart of 4 computer generated pictures of different brains. And one says normal. It's very yellow. One says schizo. It looks like a mad ball. Like it looks like a creature from the Black Lagoon mad ball. And then I like depressed, which is just very green.
Yeah. And then it's got one of the engineers from the Alien movie
Yes.
with his head being chopped in half.
Which says CM +5, and I don't understand what that means.
I assume that's the slice they're showing you. They're showing you the slice of the head.
Oh, what those slices are. Yeah, I got you now.
And as a podcast that analyzes 7 inches, this would make a really good punk record cover too.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. You just rip it right out of this TV guide and staple it right onto a record.
And then the label on the disc should be that schizo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's what's that show? The Rehearsal. Just had the episode where he went and got something like this done to tell him
Yes.
if he had autism and everything else. And
Yeah,
it's
Scott
fun-
just spoiling the rehearsal for
my
everybody
God.
out there. Jesus Christ.
Okay, bleep out the word autism, but
Did he really need to go get a doctor to tell him he's autistic? Have you even if you explain the premise of any show he's ever done, let alone The Rehearsal, I think we could diagnose him quite easily.
it
Yeah,
sounds
for real.
great though. If you could just go in one stop, they could just boop, scan your brain and tell you what's wrong.
Yeah.
And that idea that the promise has been there for over 30 years and they're still dicking around and not getting this thing done. So I could just
Yeah.
stop into like a McDonald's and get my head.
Just a scan. Be like, oh, I got 10 minutes. Let's see what's wrong with my brain.
Yeah, like the pulse thing that you could take at Walmart.
Yeah.
I get my blood pressure and get my brain scan. And
I'm a psycho. Yeah, there is. Side note: there's like because I watch a lot of old commercials and read a lot of old articles and stuff. There is a shocking amount of technology from like the mid to late '80s that we still don't have. That in these articles, which I don't think are bullshit, they've like explained exactly what these things are and how they work and how we're gonna have it in like 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened here?
could you imagine some doctor doing this with like an Amiga back then? Like he just dusts off his Tandy or whatever. It's like a
Yeah.
Radio Shack computer. He's like, well, look here, a 4-color screen, and
Oh, the cassette's in backwards.
here's the hole in your brain that's causing you all of these problems.
I made this with a 2XL. So let's dive in here. We got the Boston edition Saturday. You guys didn't see each other's picks, right? Have you picked separately?
No. Yeah, we picked
It's very
separately.
private. What I watch is private.
It's your most
We-
private moment.
If there's not a microphone in front of our mouths, me and Scott do not talk to each other. So
How did you guys meet each other?
oh no, I lived in Albany and Scott's up there too. So we were in bands together and stuff, and we've just been doing podcasts for a while together to I guess keep in touch in a way.
But we didn't talk. I would show up, I would plug in, play guitar, and then leave.
It's the universal language of music.
Yeah, pretty much.
We only talked in 6/8. It was that specific time signature we had to speak in. So let's do Scott. You go first here for Saturday. Let's. Also, before we get to Saturday night, there's a full page ad in here for Cosby Time
Yeah.
that is so menacing and threatening.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm not signing up for Cosby Time.
Cosby Time. Join the cause tonight. It's just this like looming picture of him.
Is it this date? There's like, oh yeah, the next page down from that is this thing called Our Times.
Yes.
Where there's a bus on fire. And it's like, how far should we go to protect our kids from this fiery bus? Well,
Like,
probably
there's
as
a-
far as you got to go.
Right. Like, well, I don't know, how much work's it going to be? What is it going to cost?
We're talking like a seatbelt or something. What?
Look, I got stuff to do, so if it's going to take me more than half an hour, whatever, burn them.
Yeah. What do we do? Hour by hour? Or do I just run my whole?
Yeah. Start at 8. What do you got there?
Well, first I got to come in hot, so I'm starting a few minutes early because I got to watch Jack Horkheimer, the Star Hustler. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Star Hustler.
No, I don't know what that is.
It's just the name is so good that you have to watch it. So this guy was he was kind of like a pudgy, like Mr. Belvedere looking kind of guy, and he had like a cartoon voice, like a King of the Hill character or something like that. And he would come strutting down like a moonbeam from space in a members only jacket.
This is a PBS thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't know that's what it was called, but I know this guy. Okay.
Yeah. He'd come like juking and jiving down the starbeam, and then he'd stand there and he'd just tell you like what was going. And it was all naked eye astronomy, like what can you see tonight with no tools or whatever. But it was great, and he kept the name for 20 years, Star Hustler. Like that was never a strong idea. Like not even he started in the 70s or something like that. And then 20 years later, the internet showed up, and curious boys accidentally visited Hustler magazine website while looking at this.
I mean, if your last name's Horkenheimer, Star Hustlers, that's automatically an upgrade.
I think that's his name. I think that he took that name. I don't know if that's
That's a stage name?
He picked Horkenheimer.
Jack Horkenheimer. Yeah, his real name is Bill Horkenheimer.
So I'm starting at 227.
Nice.
I'm coming into A. I got to watch 227. The rap for 227 has been stuck in my head for however long this has been.
The one that Stoney Jackson and Barry Sobel did?
Well, no, there was a commercial where it had kind of like almost like a. Do you remember the Miss Pac-Man cereal commercial?
Yeah, Miss Pac-Man cereal. She's got a shucking pink bowl. Oh, yeah.
They did almost the exact same thing. For
Shucking
227.
pink.
Yeah. Oh, love Miss Pac.
It was like it kind of had like an Us 3 vibe.
Yeah. So they did that. They did 227 was a comedy about Marla Gibbs and her family, and it was a whole
I wonder if that was like a local upstate New York like syndication ad.
I can't find it. But I see traces of it in message boards and on Reddits, but no one will provide me with the video that I crave.
Well, if anyone can find it, it's my listener. So maybe a dream will come true.
It's a great show. I don't think it was that great show, but in my mind, it was a great show.
It's funny.
Marla was great.
Marla Gibbs is great. The greatest person on it's Hal Williams because he's the best character. He's the only reasonable person. It's a classic show where the wife is the main character, but is a fucking lunatic, and like every bad thing that happens is because she's completely unreasonable and crazy. From Donna Reed to this, and Hal Williams is just like, I just want to eat dinner, Mary, and she's like, and it's this big thing.
He literally only comes in like 2/3 of the way through an episode to say that, right? Like, are you going to make dinner?
Yeah. He's like, I'm working all day. And I mean, who doesn't love Jack Hay?
Yeah, Jack Hay's great.
She's the best.
Pearl. Pearl's obviously my favorite part. I kept forgetting, like, why was the neighbor important who became the landlord, I think, eventually. Why was she important? And it's because I forgot that she was on Sesame Street, so she was formative, beyond even the 227 universe.
227, a rare sitcom set in Washington, D.C.
Really?
Based on a play.
On one porch
in
Washington, D.C. forever.
Would you pick at 8, Mike?
I'm no fun. I picked a movie. I of course picked Amazon Women on the Moon.
It's a good movie.
I was a 227 fan, but I'm never gonna pass up a chance to watch Amazon Women on the Moon. It's one of those movies I absolutely love, and I don't know why I own it. Every single time I see it, I'm like, why don't I own this? And it's because I'm waiting for some imaginary Criterion edition or even like Vinegar Syndrome edition to come out, which is never going to happen. But
there's a good Blu-ray of it, and so you're watching it on Cinemax, which means it will have the full unedited nudity from Monique Gabrielle, and won't have the alternative sketches that are on the TV edit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen the TV edit, but it's definitely been since I was a kid. I might have actually been around at this time. This might have been the first time I actually saw Amazon Women on the Moon, was this screening of it on Cinemax, honestly. And it's I think I saw that first, and then like I found out about Kentucky Fried Movie, and then I was expecting my life to be filled with all of these movies that kind of do these sketches inside of movies, and it's only a few. Like, it's only been a handful, and I'm still waiting.
There's quite a few of those movies. There's just only like 2 good ones.
Yeah,
because you have like the Boob Tube and like Movie-rama, and they're terrible. Somewhere in this room I have an Amazon Women on the Moon original one sheet, and I have it signed by John Landis.
Oh, perfect.
I've never seen this movie. I know
really?
I know a lot about it, but it's like At some point, I turned off the knob to take in new like Airplane and whatever, random comedy movies.
I remember describing In Living Color to someone as Amazon Women on the Moon, the TV series.
It's not like I didn't like Hollywood Shuffle and all those other kinds of things. Like I liked all those kinds of movies. I don't know why I decided I didn't, but I just made a strong decision and never looked back.
You got to rewatch it. We should do a watch along one night. Mike, favorite sketch in Amazon Women on the Moon?
Probably Don No Soul Simmons.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Thing it's one of those things where I've heard all the jokes a million times, but every single time it starts off with a Jeremiah was a bullfrog. I just start cracking up.
David Allen Greer sells this thing. Scott, are you familiar with that sketch?
No.
So it's a fake ad for it's hosted by real BB King, and it's for a charity of black people without soul, and it's David Allen Greer singing. He's like, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. It's like the funniest thing. Oh, it's great. Yeah. That's a good choice. So you're watching that all night. Scott, what are you doing at 8:30?
I don't really like Amen. I don't remember like
Nobody
Amen.
did. I watched it. Didn't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I really like Sherman Helmsley and stuff. I feel like I wanted to be into. Did I say that name wrong?
Yeah. No, that's his name. It's because his stupid daughter was so goddamn annoying on that show.
I just second guessed it was churchy and I wasn't church. I was non-churchy at 13. I was very hardcore about that. So I'm probably gonna watch Patty Duke only because the Patty Duke show theme song is stuck in my head really badly, and I can't put the right names in. Like I can't remember her cousin's name, so I just say meet Patty, who's Ben. It's Patty. It's Patty all the way
Yeah,
through.
they're both named Patty.
I could roto-root that out of my brain by just watching an episode of that and knocking that off because I couldn't really find anything else at 8:30.
HBO is showing the movie Real Men.
Yeah.
Which is a super underrated movie. It's Jim Belushi and John Ritter.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
it's a super fun movie. The premise is really weird, but it's sadly directed and shot in the flattest, most boring TV looking way possible. Where every time I watch that movie, I'm like, if you took the same script and you directed it like you're friggin' Tony Scott or something, like a real cinematic kind of looking movie, it would have been a massive hit. And people don't like that movie. TV Guide gives it 0 stars.
There's all kinds of stuff on here that if I had unlimited time, like I would have hated back then, but now I'd be curious about. Like I want to see this Dick Clark show.
Yeah,
I'd probably check out this old Opry. I just watched that. Like, what's on that? I don't know what that show's about. I've never saw that when I was a kid, but instead I'm gonna watch Patty Duke. And then at 9 o'clock. So there's a theme I'm gonna come back to often, and I'm screwing up. I think I'm screwing up already.
Okay.
Is that I have like an adult fascination with 80s action dramas that I didn't watch. I didn't watch MacGyver as a kid, but I like it now. I didn't watch Magnum. I watched A-Team because that was like a cartoon version.
Yeah.
But I have this idea that I love those shows. And then, when you sit down and try and mainline a whole season of them, that doesn't...
Oh, they're not binge shows. No.
It's very much watch it once a week. But I'm going to roll the dice on Simon and Simon because I never saw a single episode of that. And I keep confusing it with Riptide. And I think every time Simon and Simon will come up and there's no robot, I'm like, where's the little robot?
Yeah.
And it's because I'm thinking of Riptide. So I'm going to clear that up too.
Simon and Simon is like someone went, all right, Magnum, but there's 2 of them. And a little bit of Dukes of Hazzard.
I'm learning so much about Scott. I just assumed he always watched Simon and Simon, and now he's just been a poser this whole time. That
I don't think I've ever claimed Simon and
years.
Simon.
Why didn't they call that show Simon Says?
Oh, Jesus.
Because
Gotta be a Simon Says.
Simon and Simon's not a what is that? Like I get there's 2 of them and they're brothers, but like.
Well, there was a whole era of they would just put their names. Like there was Remington Steele.
Technically.
Hardcastle and McCormick.
Yeah.
What's the other one where there was like a rich guy and a lady that followed him around?
Oh, Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
Was
Yeah.
that it? Scarecrow
Yeah.
and Mrs. King? I thought that was
Yeah.
another one too. Yeah. Just the names of the characters.
Yeah.
Simon and Simon.
Simon and Simon.
And if that sucks, I'm going to go watch Friday the 13th, the show, which is only just for Robey. I'm going to check out Robey.
Oh, Roby. I spoke to her.
Is that how you say it? I always
Yeah, Roby. Louise Roby is her name.
Yeah. She's like a queen or something now.
Yeah, she married royalty. She lives on this like island off the coast of England. Has back and forth for literally a decade trying to get her on the show, and it's come so close so many times. She does an excellent version of One Night in Bangkok. She put out a couple albums.
I've seen that. I think last time I thought about her, I was like, oh, look at this.
We all had a crush on her. I think we can all admit that at that time.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, the series, underrated, got a lot of crap, quality show, had some great episodes.
I liked it a lot, and later on in the night, and probably some other nights, is Freddy's Nightmares, which I gave a lot of chances to.
Terrible.
There's very little Freddy in Freddy's Nightmares.
Terrible.
Why didn't you just make Dream Warriors the series? Every episode would do a wacky dream. The formula. It's one of the better goofy Freddy movies. It just could have been a wacky Freddy Nightmare, and the whole world would have tuned in. Even to this day, it would still be running. It would be the longest running
show of all time, the most beloved family show.
Of all time.
Of all the horror franchises that a series would work the best on that never happened, I have to say Hellraiser, because I like the Hellraiser comic. I don't know if you guys are comic guys, but Epic, the Marvel imprint, did a anthology Hellraiser comic for like 5 years, and it's perfect because there were like all these other Cenobites. You could tell these different stories. I'm like, this is an amazing anthology show. This would be perfect, but instead they do every other horror franchise except that.
Well, they almost immediately showed you that they don't know how to do that in real life when they made the next Cenobite be a guy with a CD player for a face.
Yes, part 3, CD head.
They ran out of ideas immediately.
Yeah, and that real Matt Damon looking, not Matt Damon, Matt Dillon looking evil guy at the beginning, the guy that owns the club.
Yep.
He's got a real Dickie Barrett, Matt Dillon thing going on. I do want to point out Beyond Tomorrow is on, which is again one of those like medical and like technology innovation shows that I always loved. This is an Australian one. They're showing it on Fox 25 here. This is a robot that can perform such tasks as spot welding, an advanced front suspension system for motorcycles, an ultralight remote controlled helicopter with satellite transmission capabilities, and micro sponges that increase the efficiency of sunscreens and medications.
Yeah. That robot exists now. That's why the movie Gung Ho was about everyone losing their jobs.
Yes. Did you ever see the Gung Ho series?
Yes.
Oh, that was bad. Wow. I like Getty Watanabe, speaking of Vamp, but he could not. He was the only returning cast member.
Yeah.
That series.
They couldn't even get John Turturro, who wasn't that busy at the time.
No. This evening is the debut of Freddy's Nightmares, by the way. Really? So this is the very first episode, October 8th, 1988.
I would have watched it then.
That's the only good episode.
Yes, directed by Tobe Hooper. It's a prequel to the movies. It's like a courtroom drama about Freddy's trial.
Mm-hmm. It's also the premiere of Empty Nest, but
very similar show.
Yeah. I still have 9:30 left. I don't want to be denied.
Yes. What are you doing for that?
It's not a very good pick, but I did learn something, and I'm so glad I'm learning so much from this show already. But I'm just picking the rerun of Saturday Night Live that's on channel 50, and it's an old first season. I think it's like the 5th or 6th episode with Lily Tomlin. But more importantly, I looked up channel 50 on the little guide in front, and it's an independent channel, and it says from Derry. And Derry is in New Hampshire. But I never knew that because Stephen King made Derry, Maine. His fictional thing. I can't believe he just stole the town name from like the state right over.
Yeah.
And just switched it around. I never knew that.
Really?
The channel is all just it's.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of it's.
Yeah, every time
lazy Stephen King, very lazy.
Whenever you watch that channel, every couple minutes, whoever's on the camera looks right in the camera and speaks to the children. Like they're actually, that's WNDS, the Winds of New England, and it was famous here because it had this weather guy named Al Caperlian, who was the station owner's like cousin or something, and they would do weather cut-ins with him every half hour. And he was look up Al Caperlian sometime, but his catchphrase was "Hi, Pusha! These huge Coke bottle glasses. He looks a bit like Stephen King, and he'd be like, "Come in here with high pressure, right after the news." TV 50 still around. You could go visit the studios. It's in
Wow,
Manchester,
that's crazy.
even though they have a dairy signal.
Does it still show like I guess independent shows?
I think it's like a MeTV affiliate
Okay.
now.
Okay, yeah,
So
that
not
makes
really, but it was the channel that aired Dollar Bill's Discount World. If you've ever heard me talk about that show, there was
Yeah.
there was a guy who owned a discount store in Londonderry, New Hampshire, and every Saturday morning he bought a half hour of TV where uninterrupted for a half hour he'd walk through his store and tell you everything that was on sale.
That's amazing.
And it's fantastic. Is that everyone's pick? Scott, did you have one more?
No, because I filled up my spot there with Freddy's Nightmares, I guess.
That's right. It's a full hour.
Also, I like all the fake Dirty Harry shows. Like there was a whole like Hunter, Sledgehammer. And
Sledgehammer's the best. Yeah.
But even they tried to dig up old guys like Mickey Splains, Mike Hammer. Like,
Yes.
just trying to milk
Stacy Keach.
Yeah, Stacy Keach. They tried to milk that vibe, and I liked all of it. But I really liked Hunter. Obviously I really like Stress. I have the Sledgehammer comic books upstairs somewhere.
Sledgehammer is fantastic. My favorite Sledgehammer episode is the one with the Elvis impersonators.
I can't remember that one.
Somebody's murdering Elvis impersonators. And again, if people at home are playing TV Guidance Counselor Bingo, this will be a square because I've talked about this all the time. But they couldn't get the rights to any Elvis music. So every Elvis impersonator in the show sings the same song and it just goes, "I'm Elvis. Oh, I'm Elvis." Like it's all the songs. It's so funny. And it gets funnier as it goes along. It's very good.
If I try to think of specifics, I can't think past the one where his gun is talking to him.
Yes, that is a good one.
Yeah, it's the only image I can.
There's a good Do you remember the genius that was season 2? What they had to do?
No, what?
So they were convinced that show got canceled because it's such a weird show and it got bad ratings. So the last episode of season 1, which stars Mary Warrenov, actually, speaking of punk rock, people know her from Warhol, and she's in the Suicidal Tendencies institutionalized video. She plays like a aerobics instructor, but an A-bomb goes off in LA. Like at the end of the episode, they try to defuse it and it blows up and everybody dies. Right. Yeah. So they're like, if you're going to cancel us, fuck you. That's how we're going out. And then a bunch of stuff happened with the schedules and the network was like, you're doing a season 2. So they're like, how? So when it comes back for season 2, they changed the title of the show to Sledgehammer: The Early Years. Nothing else is different.
Dead?
Nothing else.
Is dead in the timeline.
Yeah, because this all happened before the first season. But it's like they don't remember. It's so funny.
Wow.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
All my Sledgehammer memories are actually from youth, and I bought the DVDs when they were on sale and stuff, and then that was when I stopped like using any physical media.
Oh.
I just sit.
They're great. They have commentaries. They're really good. Like I dig them up if you have the means to play them.
They're not far.
But yeah, Sledgehammer is fantastic. Sunday, what are we doing?
Are you going Scott or?
Yeah, 100%. I'm going straight for super bloopers and practical.
Of course.
I don't know what stage they were at. I know the show changed a little bit over time. I hate the pranks, but the idea of sitting down with Dick Clark and Ed McMahon again after all these years, and Sergio Aragonés, and the gigantic tuba that plays their theme song. It's really my home is upset with me often because I can't stop. If I get that song in my head, that's it all day long. I'm tubaing around the house. If I had a real tuba, I would do it too.
It's a great show. This is when they had pretty much run out of bloopers. So bloopers were a finite resource.
Right.
So that's why they kept padding the show with the practical jokes, and then like Len Seller's Silly Cinemas, and Will Schreiner's Hollywood Vault, and like they have all these different segments. This one is mostly jokes. This is Gary Collins and Marianne Mobley play a practical joke on Miss America 1989 Gretchen Carlson, who later I believe went on to be a Fox News host.
So I bet she was a bad sport.
Yep. Keisha Knight Pullman is tricked by her Cosby Show co-stars.
Yeah.
And also a joke on Dick Van Dyke. They don't tell you, they just play a joke on him.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm just got to get back into it. I don't like any of that kind of stuff now, but back in the day, I watched at least every single episode of this. I didn't know. I forgot that they changed the name this often because it was TV's bloopers and brackets.
Well, because it was a series of specials. So the specials were like TV's bloopers and practical jokes, TV's all new bloopers and practical jokes, and then it became a regular series. It was on every week for like 2 years, and it was just called bloopers and practical jokes. And by '88, it's now specials again.
Yeah.
So that's why this one's super bloopers. Do you remember the rival ripoff show hosted by Don Rickles?
No, what was it called?
It was called Follow Ups, Bleeps, and Blunders.
Man.
It was on another network. Yeah. Not quite as good, but that's why they had the arms race for the bloopers. Mike, what are you doing today?
So this was really tough. It took me probably 5 days to complete my list because this is like the hardest thing I've ever had to do for a podcast. And it was like the NBC board.
Did you set up a whole board in your house and you were moving stuff around?
Yeah, pretty much at work. Yeah, I was like, what would I do? So I was like, I had super bloopers up there, and I was like, I don't know, because I remember watching an old episode a couple years ago and being kind of let down, and so I had to go with a show that was in syndication at the time, and it was something that was always on TV when I was a kid, and I never see it anymore. And it's One Day at a Time, classic, crappy show that was always on at 3 p.m. Love The Apartment, love Schneider, so I had to revisit One Day at a Time one more time.
They remade the show for Netflix or Amazon Prime a couple years ago.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch
It's
that.
pretty good. It's the same scripts basically, but the family's
Really?
like a Hispanic family, and it works. It's actually pretty decent. I do want to say, I was going to say the great thing about bloopers and practical jokes were the jokes are mostly good natured, but there is the infamous joke they played on Stevie Wonder.
Oh, what was that?
They changed all the furniture in his house.
Man.
And it's so mean. Like they're like, we don't even have to hide the camera, and it's like really bad. But the best part of it is, I think it was either Barry Gordy or Smokey Robinson who set him up. So he pulls a joke on them later in the season, and it might be the greatest practical joke I've ever seen in my life. Do you recall this at all?
No.
So he gets the guy, I forget who it is. It's like Quincy Jones or someone like that. And he's like, hey, I get these new demos. Stevie Wonder's like, I got these new demos. You want to hear them? He's like, yeah. He's like, well, I got this. There's a great sound system in the car. So let's go listen to it in the car. We'll sit in the driveway and listen to it. So they get in the car and he puts the cassette in and Stevie Wonder starts the car and starts driving. And it's a remote controlled car. So when the person's freaking out, like, what are you doing? He's like, no, I've been doing this for a while. It's fine. He's driving. It's so funny. It's such a funny joke. And he thought of it, apparently. It was the whole thing, like the premise of the joke was his idea. It's very funny.
Well, the idea is that Stevie Wonder's not really blind. There's ample evidence.
Yeah.
They could have
Is that a conspiracy theory? Does the Joe Rogan show talk about that for hours on end?
They could have bundled it up this case back in '88.
I don't know, just it doesn't add up, you know.
Yeah, look, they moved to Ottoman. He walked right around it.
He's got eyes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Then what are we doing?
So 8:30 was a little tough because we have an episode of Married with Children that has King Kong Bundy and the Del Rubio triplets. In it.
Playing Peg's family.
Yes. I couldn't do it, though. I had to go with Alice, followed up with One Day at a Time, because Scott Hare, coincidentally, several years ago, bought me an autographed copy of a script of Alice. By Vic. It's quote-unquote autographed because it's autographed by Vic Tabick, but I think it was just like he wrote his name on the script and somebody picked it up.
It was his script? Yeah. I thought you were going to say it was auto pen or it was like a secretary signature. No, and I'm like, no, Vic Tabick.
No. So I don't think it's the same script that I own, but it just reminded me that I need to maybe someday frame that instead of keeping it in a box somewhere.
Debbie Reynolds is in this episode.
Oh, perfect. There we go.
What do you do with the script? What
I got a ton of them. I have every continuity script from just the 10 of us. And the continuity scripts have the Polaroids in them. So like the script the wardrobe person takes the Polaroids and puts them in each scene so they can match them later. So I have like all these like one of a kind Polaroids for every episode of Just the 10 of Us.
That's amazing.
And I love that show. And then I have some scripts that cast members gave me, and then I have some Newhart scripts that cast members gave me. I have they're hard to display, to your point. Yeah. It's difficult to display them. I also have about 12 different copies of the Out for Justice script, the Steven Seagal movie. Because I didn't believe that the puppy dog food scene was written in the script. So I kept getting different versions of the script, and it's in there.
It does seem like something he would bully
Yeah.
the onset people. Like, I got a great idea.
Hey, you guys get any puppy dog food? Puppy dog food! Like the whole scene is just, it's one of the greatest scenes in cinema history. So then what are we doing? 9 o'clock with Scott?
I'm watching this Liberace movie.
Yes.
I have a fascination with that. You know, I want to know how like certain very gay celebrities were able to operate on old people mainstream. It doesn't make sense that they just worked out for him. So I want to see this movie. I don't expect it to tell me anything. They didn't make movies back then that were informational. They were just kind of, you know, soap operas or whatever.
Just a bunch of stuff that happened.
Yeah, but I want any info I can get as to how a peacock like Liberace just got out in broad daylight and no one really, nothing bad. Well, I'm sure bad things happened to him.
This is one of, if you count the Matt Damon and Michael Douglas as a made-for-TV movie, because I think it was HBO, there's been 3 Liberace made-for-TV movies. This one, Liberace, is played by Victor Garber, who people maybe best know as Sidney's dad on Alias. I don't know if people even know who he is. And Maureen Stapleton. The best, worst one, he's played by, I believe it's, oh my God, what am I forgetting? Terry O'Quinn of Lost and the Stepfather fame.
Wow.
Which is pretty amazing. I've never seen this one. This one, I've asked old people why no one seemed to know that like him, Paul Lynde were gay. And they've literally said like, well, you thought so, but then like people would ask him and they'd say no. So
Yeah.
like that was it. It like end of question. Like, nope, he said no.
I mean, but just like, it's like part of his act. It's like the act. It's like it's kind of baked into it, and it just. I think it's interesting.
I have a great TV guide from like 1958, 57 or 58, and it's a Liberace cover story, and there's a whole article about how he's trying to find the right girl.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, this person had to be writing this like being an asshole. Like, there's no way.
But he said gal.
Yes,
I'm trying to find the right gal.
Cassandra Peterson told me her family loved this show, and they didn't know they had a shitty TV. They grew up in Colorado, black and white TV, and they thought the show was called The Silver Ace. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at his signature, because that's how the show started, would write Liberace, it does look like the word Silver Ace is being written on the thing. So she grew up being like, you guys ever watch that show, The Silver Ace? And they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I watched a little bit of it, and it's not very captivating. I don't even think they put him in Liberace outfits for 8/10 of the movie.
You can't afford it.
Looks like a guy.
You can't afford that.
A guy in a suit. Yeah.
You passed up, actually, a made-for-TV movie called Go Into the Chapel.
Yeah.
Which is one of those all-star cast movies.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The
ad is great.
It stars Scott Valentine, who we were talking about earlier. He's from Saratoga Springs in New York.
The Lesser Pens, I think, is in it.
Yep. It's got Mark Lynn Baker, Perfect Stranger, Scott Valentine, Michelle Green from LA Law, John Ratzenberger, Max Wright, Alf's dad, Wendy Kilborn, Cloris Leachman, Michael Talbot from Miami Vice, Dick Van Patten, Jennifer Savage, Jane Sibbett, Ellen Brennan, Barbara Billingsley, and Joel Brooks.
Man. Who's the guy in the top corner with the mustache? He's super familiar.
Oh, I think that's Joel Brooks. He was in a ton of TV. He always played like a asshole boss.
Yeah. Prick guy.
And what a paste up this ad is. None of these people are ever in the same room together.
Yeah, they have different like they're in different hemispheres of the earth. Like Dick Van Patten is dark red. He's a black and white photo, and I can see that he's dark red.
Everybody's super flat. Like yeah, the contract. Yeah, this is one of the best worst pay stub jobs I've ever seen.
I don't expect that to be good either, but
I need to watch that. I've never seen it, but I need to watch that. Where are we? 9 o'clock, Mike?
Yep. So I went with It's a Living, and this is the second thing I learned from doing this episode, is that I never knew that It's a Living started in syndication. So this was an always syndicated show. When I was a kid, this was like, the pinnacle of luxury to me. I was like, one day I will go to a restaurant that looks like that, and women dressed like old maids would serve me food, and there would be a piano player. I've still never been there, but it is my dream to go to the It's a Living restaurant one of these days.
So I, not to brag, I have been there.
Is it a real place?
Yes and no. So two things. One, it didn't. You're right and wrong in that it was always in syndication. It actually started on NBC as a show called Making a Living. Same show.
That's right.
It was on for
you're
one
right.
season, and then it got brought back later as a syndicated show. But great. I mean, really good cast. Wendy Shaw, like Ann Gillian. So the restaurant is supposed to be the restaurant at the top of the Bonaventure Hotel in downtown LA. And that restaurant actually is a revolving restaurant. And so it's not there is a restaurant there that I've been to that it's supposed to be, but it's not the actual restaurant. So,
yeah.
And this episode also stars pre-Screech Dustin Diamond and playing Young Sonny.
Young Sonny, so there's a flashback.
Yeah, there's a flashback.
Oh, wow.
There's like 3 shows from all the same era that I confused, so I put them all in different settings. So there's the one where the twin girls.
Double Trouble.
Double Trouble. There's the one where Daphne from Frasier is called Blue, and she's like a DJ.
FM.
Is that
no,
FM?
Throb.
Throb.
She works at our
Kathy Lee Gifford.
Indie record label, Throb.
Yeah. And then It's a Living. And I mush them all together. So in my brain, the twins are working in this restaurant, and for some reason, Blue just comes in looking great once in a while.
I've had that dream many times. Yeah. And then do you have a 9:30 show?
Yeah, it's pretty lame. Channel 38. I was with Channel 38 until 9:30. I hate.
Oh no!
Family.
Okay.
Yeah, we did the punk episode of Mama's Family on our show, and I got to express my hatred there. But watching it again in modern times made it even worse.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
it's so bad. And this is a Bubba era.
Yeah.
Like,
at least the punk one was like the original Mama's Family, where it was like.
We did a Bubba one too. We did.
Yeah, we did too. We did both of them, but the first one is at least is okay. But so I just went with Tracy Ullman, which is like I haven't seen that show probably since it was on, so I have no idea if it holds up. But I'd like to, I think Tracy Ullman's pretty talented. I'd like to think it probably still holds up, but I'm not really sure.
It's great. It's great. It's still great. It was a show that also would do like weird dramatic sketches. Sometimes they weren't all comedy sketches. And you never knew what you were going to get. There were reoccurring characters, but kind of not really. Like it was just a very, I always liked Tracy Ullman. It does hold up in a like it's fascinating to watch, like every episode that you can find. God, Mama's Family. Mama's Family is a show that I can smell. Like I literally, if I see it, I'm like, I get like a synesthesia effect of a certain smell. That's ugh.
I thought I was going to get buy-in from Mike on Mama's Family because we're both fans of this band Grandma's Cottage.
Okay, is it a Mama's Family themed punk band?
It's not. It's like a dungeon synthy kind of thing or whatever. But I just felt like he was ready for the Werther's original kind of.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Like a sitcom that's. This is more of a thing in the UK, and even like better versions of it still don't work that well. But like a sitcom that's anchored by someone playing like a stage character, it's just it never works.
It's like a Medea.
Never works. Yeah. And like just the classic, like every joke, like sassy old person might be like my least favorite joke. No, you know what? Sassy white old person who spews hip hop lingo is my least favorite joke. Come on, let's get jiggy with it or something. You're like, it's never funny. It's not funny now. Stop.
I'm a little bummed that 9 to 5, the TV show, is outside the scope of our schedule.
Yeah.
I sort of remember that, and I looked it up and didn't realize that they just cast Dolly's sister to be Dolly. In this show.
Yeah,
and
that's why she has extra sisters. She's like,
keeps extra Dolly.
I got one over here. Tom Hanks did that with his brother Jim.
Did he?
His brother Jim Hanks does the voice of Woody in all the Toy Story like made for video sequels and video games and stuff. And his brother Jim is on screen in the movie Auntie Lee's Meat Pies, which is like a TNA sex comedy version of Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he looks just like his brother. Monday, what are we doing? Let's start with Mike.
So I guess Monday, I didn't pick it, but Monday starts off Women in Peril Week on
TV 38 or 56,
TV
I think. Yeah,
56. Yeah. And it's showing the Calendar Girl murders, which I do own that televised terror box set that Vinegar Syndrome put out that has that, and it's terrible. It's a bad.
It's real bad. Tom Skerritt.
Yeah, it's not a good way to start off the week, but or the Women in Peril Week. But so I just chose Alf. It's pretty easy. I grew up. I had a family. I was a kid.
What?
I had to watch TV that was mandated by the adults in the house, and Alf was not a constant in my house. I don't know. I think maybe we were a MacGyver house or something, and so I only got to see Alf every once in a while. So it was always a treat. So now that I have independence, I'm old. I am watching Alf Monday 8:00, and no one is stopping me.
This is a weird episode of Alf, even for Alf.
Yeah,
It's a take on It's a Wonderful Life, but it is not a holiday episode.
No.
So he gets hit on the head, and his guardian angel comes and shows him what the Tanner's life would be like without him. And it's like,
Fine and just normal.
yeah, but it's like, this is a rare instance of the It's a Wonderful Life concept in a non-holiday setting. I can't think of any other ones.
I had the opposite experience from Mike. Alf was mandatory in my house. My stepfather was an Alf super fan, and he laughed every time that he would say, before you get up for that final snack, I want you to know I'll be right back. He would laugh. He'd like slap his knee.
Dads loved Alf. My father, like for some reason, middle-aged men in the mid-'80s thought Alf was amazing.
He's just like them.
Tells it like it is.
That must have been it. I don't have a dad, so that's probably
why
I went wrong in life. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Alf outtakes video?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was that was definitely early internet.
Oh,
where I
yes.
was like, there's things like this on here. That's amazing.
Yes. Molly Hagan, when I had her on, Molly's the best, and she's in the 2-part Christmas episode, and she got into a political argument with Paul Fusco, between shots, but he stays in character as Alf. Like he's under the stage, and he's having like a heavy political debate with her, and she's like, and I got home.
Puppet's mouth.
Yeah, 100%. And she gets home, and she's like so pissed off still because he's like pretty right wing, and she was telling her boyfriend or her husband, and she's like, and I get like 2 minutes into the story, and I'm like, what? The hell am I doing? Like she's like, I spent all day arguing with a puppet.
Yeah, well, I've heard that he was real. I didn't know anything about this back in the day, but I heard that he was real weird about it. He stayed in character. He made everyone address it as Alf. He would never even indicate outside of the show Alf
Yep.
that Alf wasn't an alien, and all the people were supposed to act as though they were making a show with an alien when they were there.
Yeah, he's a Connecticut guy, and then I think moved up to Boston and has that New England chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know some Connecticut people. They're fun.
Yeah. He's like the Moby of puppet shows. So then, what are we doing at 8:30?
Scott, is that you or me?
Well, I see the Hogans on there.
Yep.
Yeah, Scott, did you even pick an 8?
Alf, right?
Well, it's tough because it's like MacGyver's a good episode with Tex Cobb.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would probably want to watch Alf, but the Hogans is when they renamed it for like the 3rd time.
Yep.
Yes.
So it's probably pretty done with the Hogans by then.
Yeah.
So I think I'm probably going to watch the MacGyver with Tex Cobb. But also, and this is, I started this in a linear fashion. I sat down with TV Guide, opened it up, and I got to this page in the PDF. I was like, oh, Morton Downey Jr., no brainer. I haven't watched that since it was a real thing. And then I noticed it's on every single night, multiple hours, all time. You could always see more day. So I picked it for this slot, and I guess I'll stick with it. This is my placeholder for watching one episode of Morton Downey Jr.
It was one of those weird things that was a massive cultural phenomenon for 1 year.
Yeah.
And then it's like all simultaneously, everyone at once was like, oh, this sucks. Like just everybody got turned off, and he went nuts, and that's when he carved the swastika into his own head, and said that the documentary on him is fascinating and also like sad and kind of heartbreaking. But this episode is about weekend war game camps.
That's why I picked this one, because I don't know what that is.
So it was these guys who would do basically like it was a cross between like paintball and like Civil War reenactment.
Oh yeah.
It was a big thing for a couple of years, like weekend warriors. You know, we went and camped.
So like insurrectionists, basically.
Yeah. It's like paintball militias.
Well, I'm down to see Morton Downey Jr. I'll bet he's very sensitive and open to them.
Oh yes.
See him this episode. Oh yeah.
Are you familiar with Friday the 13th Part 6? Jason Lives.
Yeah.
So there's those guys who are out in the woods doing like army stuff.
Yeah.
That's weekend warrior guys. They're like executives who on the weekend are like pretending to be Rambo.
Like the Robin Williams movie.
Yes.
It's the movie where he buys an awesome buckle with a knife in it.
Yep.
I've always wanted it.
I have one of those. I have one. It's pretty cool.
I recently got an ad for a buckle with a tiny gun in it, and I don't think I want to go that far.
No.
It started some gears turning.
Also, I feel like that's too on the nose for guys with tiny dicks.
Yeah. Teeny little bullets.
It's like, I'm overcompensating, but I'm not.
I think I told Mike about it on the show, but then if you read the comments, it's all people like, you couldn't kill anybody with that. There's no stopping power. I was like, yeah, but it's your belt buckle.
Yeah. Yeah. Be like, check this out. Like, I mean, most people, if you start taking your belt off, they're going to run away.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even want.
Gun. Oh my God, it's a gun.
Like, they're not even going to get to the gun. So, okay, we're doing that. And then where are we? 9 o'clock?
No, 8:30 still, because Scott went with Morton Downey. But yeah, I'm going to pick the Hogan family, though. Much like Scott, this is the third iteration. I was pretty over it, even as a young boy, but then I read the synopsis, and it sounds pretty good because it has to do with pranks.
It's a Bateman heavy one.
I love pranks, and there's that ad in here that says the Hogan family, David's losing more hair than Elf has on his entire body. So I was goaded into watching the Hogan family because I'd like to check that episode out.
So I had Jeremy Lichton, who plays one of the twins on the Hogan family, and we talked about the bloopers and practical joke that him and Bateman played on the other brother. And it's very funny to watch because it's Danny. What's his name? I can't think of the kid's name now. But he comes.
The other brother?
Yeah, he comes in and he's got this new leather jacket. Danny Ponce. And it's like a cooking show thing and everything goes wrong. And he's like, you messed up my leathers. And he's like 100% serious and angry that this stuff messed up his leathers. Yeah. My God.
Those entire stores dedicated to leathers back then.
Oh yeah.
To go back to Russ and Rebel. Or Camelot.
He's not going to Wilson's. 9 o'clock. I know what I'm doing, but I'm curious what you guys have done.
I hope me and Scott are coming together on this and watching Interspace. But Scott, did you pick Interspace?
No, I'm watching Winnie.
Yeah, you gotta watch Winnie. I had never heard of this till I scanned this TV guide. What the fuck is this?
Man, I didn't look it up. Am I missing something?
It's Meredith Baxter Burney playing a developmentally disabled woman.
I did look at that, and I watched the trailer. I think I watched the trailer on YouTube, and I was like, I don't know, this might be too bad. I don't know.
Why did actors think this was a good thing to do?
I don't know. They're all chasing. Do you ever see the movie Like Normal People?
No.
Where Sean Cassidy plays a dead straight developmentally disabled guy who mates a developmentally disabled woman, and their romance is it's star-crossed romance or whatever. But it's like actually heartwarming, but also horrible.
Yeah.
It's like they go a little too far, but they tell a really good story with it. And I think they got away with it, and it became this legendary thing that, of course, me and my knucklehead friends made fun of extensively because they talked that way, And but Winnie is definitely doing some kind of simple jack stuff, and they go hard. Like the description uses the R word. It's
it does.
Well, it was okay back then. It was okay.
Yeah, she's still institutionalized. I feel like this on all of that full page ad is so. But this reminded me of the movie Bill, which is the one with Mickey Rooney. They did two movies where he was development to a homeless guy. And yeah, this just looks god awful. Also, the way you described watching that, it reminded me of how I put life into 3 different sections. It's when you love Mr. Rogers, when you make fun of Mr. Rogers,
Yep.
and then when you love him again and realize you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 stages of maturity.
It's so much worse now too because there's all that footage of him, going before Congress.
Oh yeah,
and
he's
stuff
the
that
best
he
dude.
Just grinds it down.
Suing the KKK and just like, yeah.
And there's no bad stories.
Nope.
And also he was like he weighed like the same weight to the pound for his entire life. All these other weird things.
That's the creep. That's the only negative. That's like the creepiest thing. One of my favorite Mr. Rogers clips is he's on Letterman, and Letterman would be an asshole a lot of times. Like he'd have people on that he just wanted to shit on, and it's the best when it backfires on him. Like it backfired when he'd have Harvey Picar on, but it backfires when he has Fred Rogers on, and he tries to bring up Eddie Murphy playing Mr. Robinson because it was around that time.
Yeah.
And thinking it would make Mr. Rogers mad. And he's like, no, I went down and visited him earlier today because I thought I saw his parody. And I said, he must be a real fan of the show. It's very well observed and funny. And he had a picture of him and Eddie Murphy. And he was like super cool about it. And you just see Letterman completely just dissolve. Like he has nothing. It's great.
You're not gonna catch Fred slipping.
No, Fred Rogers ain't slipping.
Just listen to the music they put on that show. It's like avant-garde jazz.
Oh, yeah.
He hired like the greatest piano player on earth to go nuts. He's like, do what you want.
George Romero worked on the show making the shorts.
Yeah. Who was it?
George Romero.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was one of his first jobs. Like like crayon short. Like Romero shot all those with Image 10. Actually, the very first job Michael Keaton ever had was as a production assistant on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
That rules.
Right in
I'm
Pittsburgh.
glad Michael Keaton's still working then.
Oh yeah,
Bear him no ill will.
yeah. So is that the whole night? Are we on Tuesday?
Yep.
Let's do Tuesday.
So 8 o'clock, I am, of course, going with Who's the Boss. As a kid growing up in Connecticut, there wasn't too much Connecticut representation on television outside of local television. So,
Is there a lot of pride?
yeah, I mean, he's Italian. I'm Italian. They're living in Fairfield. I lived close to Fairfield. It was just like, I know, like, it was like I was watching my life on television. So, and also, I just like the show. I really liked Who's the Boss. So this was an easy one.
We all had a crush on Alyssa Milano, and we all wanted
Oh, of
more
course.
Mona in the show. I think that's
Yes,
fair.
Yes.
Actually, I had a crush on Mona. And,
Yeah.
That's another stage of life. You go from Alyssa Milano to Mona. You skip right over Judith Light. No, whatever.
That is a thing that's not really as popular and as it was in the 80s is the horny older lady in these sitcoms.
Well, because she's probably 40.
Yeah.
We have shows now where it's like the cast of Friends in their late 60s trying to pretend that they're 29.
Yeah.
that's why I was actually, if I don't remember if I even got to it, but since I was expecting Dear John chat, I watched a little bit of it because I don't know why I watched that whole show when I was, but Judd Hirsch is supposed to be kind of on the bubble, a romantic lead kind of guy. And like, I think a year later, he's playing the crusty old dad in ID4.
Yeah. Dear John is a remake of a UK show.
Yeah.
And the UK one is so grim.
It should be a grim topic.
Yeah.
It's
It's really depressing. And Kirk grew up in Cambridge, Mass.
What is the Kirk on the UK version like?
I forget his name. He's less Saturday Night Fever and more just kind of like a scummy kind of Cockney guy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how broad the kind of like Joe Pesci impression. The
Yeah.
guy's doing. Hey, yo.
Jerry Burns, I think his name is. Also, my wife still brings this up. One time I was mad at someone in traffic and they cut me off and they were in a blue van. And in anger, I yelled, "Are you moving to Connecticut with Tony Danza?" And she was like, "What the hell does that mean?"
He's never recovered. Whoever is out there still thinking about it. I'm gonna watch. I'm probably gonna watch Perfect Strangers. Looks like I think it's a debut.
Yep.
I gotta see that.
No, this is a repeat. You're
does
wrong.
it?
This-
I thought maybe I'm-
the debut is on Friday. I studied this cover to cover.
I can't do anything under the horrible spotlight of Mike's attention. I can't get any work done over here. But it doesn't matter because, guys, I'm kind of drawn to this bodybuilding show on ESPN. I feel like an 80s women's bodybuilding show is going to be a
The
good time.
Women's Junior National Championships.
Yeah,
Taped
I
in
expect the
Chicago.
music to be top-notch music on this show. I'm expecting a lot. I want to see who the reporters are, who had to fulfill this role, who pulled the short straw, had to go to the women's.
And it's an hour.
Yeah.
I feel like that could just be highlights.
No, I give me 2, give me 4 hours.
Full hour. Because the sports, like ESPN2 and ESN, they would literally air like the Hawaiian Tropic Bikini Contest.
Yeah. Yeah. What happens after the bikini? Like they come out, they got the bikinis on. What stage do they do? A talent show?
I don't know. Like it's just flexing and oiling, right? There's only one round. I don't know what goes into a bodybuilding. In junior national championships, are they like teenagers?
Maybe I won't watch this. Actually, I take it back.
Yeah.
High Risk looks fun though. There's that show that's got an ad for that show, High Risk. And
Oh yes.
Why would anyone want to water ski when he can't even walk or breed deadly killer bees?
Yep.
That seems. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of like Native American flute
Yes.
behind the guy who's climbing on that rock.
This is like a reality TV show magazine hosted by Wayne Rogers.
Yeah.
And it looks very extreme.
I guess. So I have my. I'm gonna go with that one. I think.
Yeah, you're going documentary either way.
Yeah, for 8:30, I by default I went with Perfect Strangers. I wasn't really. I can watch like one episode of Perfect Strangers about every 20 years, so I guess that's fine. But now Scott has talked me into watching the Women's Junior Bodybuilding Championship for the last half hour instead of Perfect Strangers. So.
I had Joel Zwick on ages ago, and he directed every TV show ever. And he kind of helped get Perfect Strangers made. And I had never read this anywhere. I didn't know that the Marklyn Baker role was originally played by Louis Anderson.
No, I didn't know
much
that.
And they did a pilot, and then the executives were like, "This is too gay," and they made them recast.
Wow.
I don't know if they hit their target.
Yeah. I think Marklyn Baker makes it a little more gay.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't see the Louis Anderson.
Yeah, well, Louis Anderson's not going to be able to play an asshole like Mark. Like Marklyn Baker is Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Like every bad thing that happens on that show is his own fault, and he's just an asshole. There's a made-for-TV movie because this is right in the height of America's obsession with Australia for 2 years. And there's a made-for-TV movie starring Donna Mills called Outback Bound. She used to think the Outback was where the pool is. Then she dove into adventure in the land down under.
Man. Because there was like some show that was like the early days of, or the real Crocodile Dundee or something like that. That was somewhere else.
Oh yeah, we had Crocodile Dundee. This is when Facts of Life got Pippa. This is when we got young Einstein. This is when Jocko was doing the ads for Energizer, and then was in the Highwayman. We were getting Australia crazy for about 2 years.
What are we doing?
Where are we?
9?
9 o'clock.
I gotta watch Moonlighting.
Yeah, it's a great show.
But I got to see Moonlighting in its natural setting of being in this 80s room that I assume I'm in if I've time traveled.
Mm-hmm.
So.
This is one from 85, but they still hold up. Great show.
Yeah. Although, it's a little bit later, but I got to find out about this dog racing. I didn't grow up in a world. Ethically, I don't know, but I feel like it's got to be pretty close to almost watching those old bowling shows or something, except
Yeah.
it's the flattest nub of decency that I could imagine.
Yeah, I think it's greyhounds. I think it's literally just like the racetrack, like feed.
Yeah, I might have to check that out. This is when I find out that I'm into watching the dog racing.
They didn't air bowling where you guys grew up, did they?
Oh,
Yeah.
of course they did.
Okay,
Yeah,
Connecticut.
sure.
Did you get Candlepin?
No.
No, not local bowling, but they would show it on Saturdays at like 3 p.m. They might have had local too, but my family was a big bowling on TV family.
We exclusively
I
had
watched it a
local
lot.
here. There was 4 different local shows,
Jesus Christ.
and it was all Candlepin.
A few weeks ago, I found an account with a bunch of like the '70s Bowling with the Stars.
Oh yeah, Bob Newhart.
Where they just had like a team, like it'd be like George Foreman,
Mm-hmm.
someone versus.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how good everybody is at.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
are they all that good? They're good. They're really good at bowling.
Everybody did it back.
Yeah, so here's a fun
thing
fact.
everybody did.
Bowling was one of the first televised sports, bowling and wrestling. Reason being, they were really easy to control the environment and you could just lock down cameras. But bowling was the number one rated televised sport up until the late 70s.
Wow.
Like way more than football or any team sport. Bowling was like far and away bigger. So like everybody bowled, and it was just like you had to be good.
Yeah.
To survive.
America ain't been the same. It ain't been the same
Nope.
around here since bowling
Nope.
was on TV.
Oh, we got team sports now, and then everyone's a fucking jerk.
There weren't no steroids in the bowling league. I
No,
tell you.
nobody's doping on that team there. You had some dopes, but no doping.
You can drink beer while you play. What's wrong with that?
I am so bad at bowling, and I still enjoy it. I do want to mention the episode of Morton Downey Jr. that night. The topic is unusual ideas.
That was probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's got to be someone's got to have a stockpile of these on YouTube.
Oh, all the Morton Downeys are on YouTube. Yeah. Sorry I interrupted you, Mike.
Oh, no, I was just going to say for my 9 o'clock, I am a wrestling guy, so I went on WWF Primetime Wrestling, which was their like main show at the time before Raw premiered. And unfortunately, it's a bad episode. It's usually Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan hosted it, but Vince McMahon, the evil canceled Vince McMahon, is subbing in for Gorilla Monsoon. So it's probably not the best episode, but yeah, I couldn't miss this.
Would you call him a ham and egger?
Vince McMahon is now a ham and egger. That is. There's a lot of ham and eggers on this episode for sure. This is a whole episode of ham and egger.
And by ham and egger, I mean a rapist.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon is
There's
a
probably
rapist.
still a lot of ham and eggers on this
Yeah.
episode with that definition too. So
When I didn't watch WWF very analytically when I was a teen boy.
With a protractor and like a magnifying glass.
But I used to be like really put out when Vince would show up and do some commenting. I was like, "Why they got this idiot? Who is this fucking idiot?"
Yeah.
And I had no idea he was a head honcho or any of that stuff. I was just like, "Who's this fucking moron?"
Yeah, get Gorilla Monsoon and friggin' Jesse the Body Ventura, and you tune in, you get Vince McMahon. Fuck off.
Yeah.
yep.
Wednesday.
This is a pretty cut and dry for me for the first hour, but it's Growing Pains, of course, one of my favorite shows. Even one that I stuck with through the Leonardo DiCaprio era and the Chrissy and all that. But yeah, I'm definitely watching Growing Pains 10 times out of 10 if I have the choice.
I love Growing Pains. My favorite season's 1988, season 2 and 3 of Growing Pains. This is one of my favorite episodes. This is when they do Our Town,
Yep.
which I feel like I think this is the only show I can remember where they do Our Town, but I feel like every single sitcom in the 80s did an episode where they did Our Town, even though that's not the case. Loved it. It's like oddly haunting. And my favorite thing about this episode is, if you remember the follow-up episode of Growing Pains, it's a few episodes later, Kirk Cameron and the girl who plays the lead in the play feel like they did such a good job in this high school play, they go into New York to audition for real plays, and their dreams are just completely crushed, and they realize they're just mediocre, and it's such a good episode. It's just like, yeah, it's high school, man.
I definitely watched Growing Pains. I don't know if I liked it that much. I watched a lot of it, and I'm not sure if I liked it. I think I liked it. You know what? I think that the knowledge of him being
Psychiatrist?
The Kirk Cameron being like a weird religious guy.
Oh.
I think that bled over into Alan Thicke, and I thought he also was a weird religious guy. And then he started showing up in cool things later, and also playing awesome music because he's a great musician.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't put it together, so it just made me. I also turned that knob. I said I can't take in any new Growing Pains.
Fair enough. I hosted a Growing Pains cast reunion last year.
Yeah,
that was strange.
Wait,
Tracy Gold
who was in it?
not a fan of me. It was Tracy Gold and Jerry Miller and Julie McCullough. So we had three of them. Joanna Kearns was supposed to be there, but she couldn't make it. Kirk wasn't going to be there, and Alan Thicke was dead. But yeah, three of them.
Tracy Gold.
And Leo didn't show up.
No, he wanted his own episode.
Sucks. Yeah.
I had a weird crush on Tracy Gold and also the sister from.
Mr. Belvedere.
Nope, that's the drama show with Corky.
Oh, Life Goes On.
Life Goes On.
Kelly.
Kind of similar
Yeah.
vibe with the.
Kelly Martin. Is that her name? Kelly Martin.
Yeah, sounds familiar. Not too big of a crush because I don't.
I don't know her name or anything. Oh, that's the other question when we watch The Repair Shop, like someone will come in and be like, this was my father's, whatever. And they'll always be like, what was your father's name? And I always want the person to go, oh, I don't know.
I don't.
I don't know that guy.
I don't know.
I'm at 8:00. I'm tempted to watch The Mind, so I can find out about these blobby. I got to see what the computer looks like that all these brains are on. I got to see how the doctor sounds. And I just watched. YouTube just fed me like a 70s footage of people on Wall Street just being interviewed, and it's terrible.
The worst humans.
The old days, you put a camera in front of someone's face in the old days, and they just froze up and became completely handicapped. They had no idea how to say, like they lost their words. And I imagine that this show is some sort of remedy to that. Like they're going to put a camera in this doctor's face who is deduced the mind, and he's just going to freeze up. And I'll see all that happen.
He's got a hum.
But I love old Omni magazines. I love the idea of Nova. So it's like I want to see this. I want to hear all that synthesizing music.
Yep.
I want to see all the amazing world of tomorrow. Computers and graphics are going to show me just a rich broth.
Animation of like moving sparks. That seemed to be like that was the thing. If you
Garfield's on though, so that's
Yes.
a stiff competition. Garfield, and then this movie Hopscotch, where Walter Matthau is a sexy spy.
Yep.
He's a sexy master spy. That's not an idea that crosses my mind very often. So
No,
this is tough.
I assume it's a comedy. It's the CIA's written him off, but the master of deception, disguises, and double dealings is going to have the last word, which doesn't indicate to me that it is in fact a comedy.
I don't think so. I think it's his razor's edge.
Yes.
That
He's taking a turn.
He's like, I'm doing something serious this week.
I would watch it. Neither of you picked Unsolved Mysteries. It's a DB Cooper one. I feel like they cover DB Cooper every other week on that show.
Yeah. I never got that into Unsolved Mysteries. It's like now I like it, but retroactively, but I didn't watch it when I was young.
Yeah, I never watched it either. I only started. I couldn't even say started, but I only watched episodes because of the Purple Stuff podcast. Usually does like an episode where they talk about old unsolved mysteries, and it always sounds so interesting. And then I'll watch one and be like, that's not the
Haunted
right one.
bunk beds aren't for you.
So I never catch the ghost ones. It's always like the kind of normal ones, and I just
Or like the truly disturbing ones where someone just got like beaten to death with a hammer and they have like video footage of it and they can't find the person. You're like,
Brains at large.
8:30, what are you doing?
Head of the class.
Love it.
Don't cancel me.
No, I love it. It's a great show.
One of the first things I did during COVID lockdown was watch the entire series of Head of the Class over again for the first time since I was a kid. And I'm not going to say the whole thing holds up, but it's still pretty decent. I would
It's
say.
it's very smart and respectful is not the right word, but it's like it's not nearly as broad as most other sitcoms were. And the kids in the ensemble cast have like really good chemistry. The plots are interesting. Like it's a show that it was on for a long time, but like I feel like it always just got middle of the pack ratings and it was nobody's favorite show.
Yeah.
But it is very good. I love that show.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite teacher?
Oh, see, I love Billy Connolly.
Yeah. When I was a kid, man, like not so much in Head of the Class, but I remember seeing a Billy Connolly stand up on HBO and being like, "This guy is hilarious. He's so funny." So I like to stand up more than he in Head of the Class, but he was welcome in Head of the Class.
Yeah,
when he came on it for me.
You felt like he was just nice too. Like there's something about him that was like comforting, whereas Howard Hessman's like kind of creepy. And also, when I had Dan Frischman on, he confirmed this. Howard Hessman hated every one of those kids, and he hated being on that show because to him that was his show. It was going to be all about him. And then obviously, like a couple episodes in, like people running the show realized that it's about the kid. Like, who cares about Howard Hessman? And so he hated every second of that and was not shy about letting everyone know. And it comes across, I think, on screen.
I was this is also mine. This is my 8:30. I can't not watch. I was definitely a kid who thought I was going to grow up to be smart.
Oh, same.
I was super into Real Genius, My Science Project, Weird Science, and Misfits of Science, which I I always felt like who's the cool kid in Head of the Class, the leather guy. I can remember.
Eric, yeah. Brian Robbins, who runs Nickelodeon now.
Does he?
Yeah.
He has. They mapped him into Misfits of Science. There's like a cool guy, Johnny B. Good
Yeah,
or whatever.
John, the laser guy with the electricity, yeah. But Misfits of Science was 84.
Was it?
Yep.
That was the earlier than
Yep.
this? Not for me. It was not on my brain.
What a great theme song, too.
Yeah, that was a show that I wanted to see so bad, and I can only catch an episode or two here and there because it's a weird.
I have my German DVDs right here of Misfits of Science.
What, do you watch them in German?
It has an English track, but it was only released on DVD in Germany.
Okay.
9
That's like the movie Electric Dreams. I had to go through a lot of hoops to get.
UK had one, yeah, but that was also Real Genius. My science. 1985 is my favorite year of movies. I think all the movies you mentioned came out in 1985. By the way, Weird Science, Real Genius, and My Science Project were all 1985 movies.
Yeah, what happened in '84 that made everyone think we wanted to see Revenge of the Nerds?
Revenge of the Nerds. Reagan got reelected. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. People were like, "We need smart people to get rid of this."
We need laser scientists. Think about the Ruskies.
My God. I think that's what Real Genius still to this day the best comedy ever.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, it's so funny.
The soundtrack of that is so bizarre. And
It's so good though. With the Comsat Angels and it's so good.
And who's the guy? There's a guy who wrote like the number
Chaz Jankel.
Chaz Jankel.
Yep, he was in Ian Dury the Blockheads.
Yeah, and he has there's some other aspect of his career that I'm blanking on. Like I keep seeing his name. He'll just show up, Chaz Jankel. And he had something. Did he have something to do with the Tubes too?
I think so. Yeah, I played some of the Tube stuff. Yeah, there's that soundtrack's amazing though. And the one-liners in that movie. I could do an entire one-man show of that whole film just by myself off the top of my head.
Have you ever had Mitch on this show? He seems like
I've talked to him. He was not interested. He doesn't like to talk to it that much, but he was very nice about it. The only person I've had that was in Real Genius is Joanne Roulette, who's in Just the 10 of Us and on Growing Pains. She played Connie on Just the 10 of Us. She's in Real Genius. It was her first ever role, and all her lines got cut out. But you could still see her. She's one of the kids at the science fair at the beginning.
Wow.
okay.
Yeah, she's great.
I would normally say that I know every inch of that movie, so you could tell me what frame.
Yeah,
she was in. I
could point her out. It's when Dr. Hathaway comes in. She's got like bleach blonde hair. Dr. Hathaway, you wearing makeup? He's such an asshole. You did it. The ending. That's perfect. 9 o'clock. What are you doing?
So this is a weird one, but I went with The Devils because I still have never seen that movie.
The Ken Russell movie?
Yes, and it's on USA, and it's like this.
1971
classic. Yeah, and it was like super hard to find. They put it on Criterion Channel last year for a few months. I still didn't watch it. I still don't think there's like a full uncut version. Like there's an uncut version on Archive that's just like pasted in from like an old German VHS or something. But so I think my first watch of The Devil should probably be the USA broadcast with commercials, because that's probably the ultimate cut of The Devils, I would assume. So
I'm shocked that aired on USA Network. That's a weird.
Yeah, I know. I saw it and I looked it up. I was like, this can't be the same movie, but it is.
Oliver Reed, one of my favorite drunks. What a lunatic.
Yeah.
I actually went through a whole day of just watching him being drunk on
Oh God, yeah. It's funny, and then you feel bad.
Yeah.
He got into a fight with I was talking to Kenny Clark, and she was in the movie Farewell My Lovely, which is I think a Raymond Chandler book, and it was Robert Mitchum and Oliver Reed are in it with her, and they're both drunk, like drunk out of their minds. But Mitchum was like an absolute genius, one take, never screwed up a take, was drunk out of his mind, but was super chilled out. And Oliver Reed is an absolute maniac. And like hearing her stories of those guys, like the two drunks colliding. Oh man. Oliver Reed, man.
That's it. Mike is the Robert Mitchum of our show. I'm the Oliver Reed.
Yeah. Oliver Reed got arrested in Vermont once. He was doing either like community theater or shooting a movie there or something. He just decided, someone bet him it was so cold that he couldn't handle it outside, so he just got naked and was walking down Main Street in like Burlington, Vermont, and he got arrested. And then like a month later, he wrote a letter to the local paper editor with like a really funny review of the jail. like because he's like been arrested so many times, like how nicely they treat like a star. Like it was like a restaurant review, and it's so funny.
Yeah, he's insanely eloquent.
Yeah,
On top of
yeah.
being like
Oliver
alarmingly
Reed,
violent
man.
drunk.
My God. Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that in this section of the magazine, there is a totally above board and trustworthy ad. It's like Starship Troopers. It just says, "Attention, all U.S. veterans," and it says, "Read at once." And it's like it's all the stuff. It's like, are you a veteran? Are you a widow of a veteran? Read at once. And then the back turn over, it says, "Read at once." And there's nothing to read.
Yeah.
There's no information. There's nothing you could actually do with this. It's just like a really scary looking.
It's life insurance.
arms.
That's the thing too. It's just a life insurance policy they're trying to sell.
Yeah, super scary.
Yeah, my God. Yeah, and oddly, like the eagle looks super fascist in this ad too. Like I don't know why. Like the way they've done it. It looks real Iron Crossy going on there.
Sure, I think Slayer has used this.
Yes, absolutely.
You're not allowed to anymore.
Also on Wednesday night, they're advertising the after school special that's on Thursday afternoon. Just a regular kid in AIDS story.
Yeah.
He likes pizza, basketball, and girls. He's a typical 16-year-old except for one thing. He has AIDS.
The juxtaposition of that against the other page
Gangs. Not my kid. His mother gave him life. She won't let the gang take it away. Hosted by Time Daily. Sponsored by General Foods.
The boys are looking at each other kind of.
Yep.
They're kind of like, the same similar poses. It's like, which boy will you choose tonight?
You want AIDS or a gang? What is it? Yeah. Is that all?
Are we on me?
Yes.
Yeah, no, Scott got the 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 9 o'clock is a tough one. I think I kind of want to see Equalizer in its natural setting.
Yep.
But I might let Michael Landon try to lift my spirit as the only real angel ever, the only proven angel
true.
there has ever been on TV. I haven't seen Victor French in action in years. I think I gotta watch. I might watch A Highway to Heaven because some of those are pretty good. Yeah, this was a pretty decent.
Two of the best Halloween episodes of all time were Highway to Heaven episodes.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I don't think I've ever seen.
One of them, Michael Berryman, from Hills Have Eyes and Weird Science, literally plays Satan.
Oh,
And in the second one, it's called I Was a Middle-Aged Werewolf. And Michael Landon wrote and directed it. And he ends up protecting this kid on Halloween. It's super Halloween atmosphere, but he recreates the I Was a Teenage Werewolf makeup and plays the werewolf.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. It's really funny.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's cool that he did a sequel.
Oh, yeah.
he kept that in his back pocket for 30
Yeah,
years.
and it's really funny and like knowing and also like a good story. Like it's very good.
Michael Berryman, man, like that guy was led by his head. Like he is cursed because he's like the nicest, most eloquent, most like soft-spoken, delicate man in the world.
Yep.
But he had to play mutants and demons his whole life because he was born with that head.
I'd hate for this to affect my teaching job.
That's the realest thing he's ever done.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's really funny as the devil on the Highway to Heaven thing. It's like a comedy episode.
I'm ready. Ready to see.
Is that everything on Wednesday? Mm-hmm. All right,
Yep.
Thursday. What are we doing?
Hold on 1 second.
I need to know how much money Encyclopedia Britannica was pulling in.
Oh, a
There's
lot.
so many full color pages.
Yeah, there's like an 8-page spread with Dennis the Menace. Like they've licensed Dennis the Menace too. So this is
Famously literate character, a character I associate with doing well in school and studying.
Excuse me, Mr. Wilson.
For Thursday, I just went with the easy route and did the Cosby Show because
It's a good show.
I was a big fan. Yeah, I was a big fan of Cosby until the things happened. But yeah, I didn't check what season is this.
This is season 4, I believe.
Yeah, so it's getting not that great.
Yeah,
It's
Keisha Knight
getting-
Pullman, I think this is her first season where Rudy's not cute enough anymore, so they have to
Yeah,
introduce her to come in and
But
replace her.
still, I can't imagine a Thursday in my life without Cosby in a different world. So I'm definitely going with Cosby.
Yeah, I should definitely check this out. Some must-see TV. I should be there, and I would have been there as a boy. But that duck pin bowling is going to be a real experience down the page. I don't even know what those words mean exactly. I know there's various kinds of bowling. I don't know what a duck pin bowling
Invented
is.
in Rhode Island. They're very small, squat
Oh, the stubby one.
Yes, but you
Yeah.
play with a small ball like candle pin. It's incredibly difficult.
I might have to watch that. I don't know what that's going to amount to. It feels like it's going to be a very quiet night for me, watching the brownest show that is on TV all week. Duck Pin.
But there is the Ultimate Stuntman. It's hosted by Chuck Norris, and it's a tribute to Dar Robinson, who died doing a high fall. So this is like an all-star cast of people and stunts. Like I 100% would have watched that.
I'd watch it now. Back then, I would have been like, Chuck Norris.
I mean, I'm not a huge Chuck Norris guy, but I do like seeing stuntmen.
I feel like I was a huge Chuck Norris. I when I was a kid. We've talked about this at the show once or twice, but I was hugely into. I went to see some movie, and they played the preview for whichever Dirty Harry movie has "Go Ahead, Make My Day."
Oh yeah,
So I was probably going to see like
Deadpool,
Ghostbusters
I think.
or something.
Yeah,
It was either Deadpool or was it just Dirty Harry? Was there a movie just called Dirty
there was,
Harry?
but that was in like 70 something, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe it was Magnum Force.
Yeah, Magnum Force. It could have been. Yeah.
It could have been Magnum Force. And so I'm sitting there with my dad, who's just he's just a squarest citizen on earth. And they get to the "Go Ahead, Make My Day" part. And he was like, ah! He's like clapping for that. And that was life altering. And I got really into guns. And I was like buying, and I'm like a 9-year-old boy. I don't know what, I'm a child. And I'm buying like Soldier of Fortune magazine and whatever the gun books were.
Yeah.
I was like looking at cool pictures of guns and drawing pictures of 44 mags and 357 magnums. So the whichever poster has Chuck Norris with the dual, it might even be in the
Invasion USA. The two guns.
Invasion
Yeah,
USA.
the Uzis.
dual wielding M16s.
Yeah, yeah.
Made me a Chuck Norris guy for just a few minutes. I don't
Yeah.
think it lasted, but I was like, I think I'd,
What was your favorite gun?
my favorite gun. I don't know what it was. Well, it would have been the RoboCop.
Well, yeah.
back then, but that's not.
Yeah, it is. It's a Desert Eagle.
And also the fictitious guns would be the black hole sentry guns.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the double the
Yep.
over under things. But there was one magazine I bought that had like a big Dirty Harry revolver, but it had like a slab barrel. Like the barrel was almost like the RoboCop
Nice.
gun. I don't know what it was, but I still think about that. I don't touch guns at all now, but I'm like, man, I touched that.
Yeah,
gun.
I'm not a gun fan, but I will say I go down the rabbit hole of Etsy. Every fantasy gun ever, you can buy a 3D printed replica of on Etsy, and it's amazing. Yeah.
Do they work? Can you fire them?
I don't think they fire projectiles, but they will, like, you can move them like a gun. You remind my dad, we went to see Highlander when I was a kid, and I don't know how familiar with Highlander you are. I'm guessing very. But at the beginning, the main song where it's like, "Here we are," and then there's like a pause, and then it goes. When that started, my dad goes, "Yeah, all right, yeah." Like for some reason, like he that was never doing it before. But I remember being in the theater, and then like a guitar comes in, he goes, "Yeah, all right, yeah." Like he was like, "Yeah."
Did you have a weird experience going to see Flash Gordon in the same way?
Maybe. No, those are
Man,
just like,
why do I feel
wait a
the
minute.
same?
Yeah, here we go. All right. Yeah, it's all it took. So I'm watching that. Where are we? 8:30?
Yeah, just a different world for me. It's
Great show.
Cosby in a different world. Yeah, it's back to back. It's irreplaceable for me. So no other notes for
Different World ruined college for me. I'm like, this isn't like Hellman.
that. Yeah, no.
I almost bought
That's why-
a Hellman college shirt, but then I thought people would think it was like racially, like, yeah.
I always wanted to take the risk of writing a paper where all I do is keep talking about W.E.B. Du Bois,
Yes.
where it doesn't fit.
Yes.
I'm going to watch that. I mean, I'm obviously going to watch it too. I think I might still be watching Duck Pin Bowling. I don't know how that show could be one of those 8 hours.
Or just sitting and thinking about what you've seen.
Milling over whether Duck Pin Bowling is for
Yeah.
me. But other than that, I'm definitely watching A Different World. I've watched every episode of that.
9 o'clock.
Of course, Dear John, why we're here, sort
Yep.
of. Not really, but this is the second episode ever. We missed the premiere by 1 week, but
Fallen prey to an Egyptian curse.
yes, as a child of divorce and having a young mom that never explained anything to me, and having my grandfather raise me, Dare John was very confusing because I thought this was the official proper way to divorce. Like, I thought
You have to do it officially. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you had to get a Dear John letter, and I thought that my dad was out there somewhere going to these classes or whatever they were, and so it was a very confusing show. But I loved Kirk. Kirk was
Everyone
like my
loved
Urkel
Kirk,
growing
yeah.
up. So yeah, so,
It's like a pink slip
yeah.
for marriage.
Yeah. So I don't think Dear John was for me when I was 10 years old, but I really, really loved it.
Fair.
I watched it, and I think whoever writes the Dear John letter wins.
Yeah.
So if you write the letter, you're the winner of the.
And a nice low key, minor key theme song.
Yeah.
Dear John, life goes on.
It's got a.
I'll be gone.
And I still don't know. I still don't when I was a kid. I obviously thought Judd Hirsch was still the guy from Taxi, and he just continued
Same
his life,
character?
got divorced.
Yeah.
yeah. So
And from
I
Ordinary
don't know if
People.
that's true. Yeah.
He's on a through line. I'm definitely watching Dear John.
Yeah.
There's no hope for me.
And then
I watched it as a kid.
what do we get at 9:30?
So that Comedy Store 15th year class.
Yeah, that
reunion
looked pretty
was
sweet.
Super interesting. I was a big fan of stand-up comedy as a kid, and I watched any stand-up comedy I could. So I don't know if I saw this. It doesn't sound familiar, but I mean, it had all the heavy hitters. You got Paul Rodriguez in there, Jimmy
Yep.
Walker, John Witherspoon, Robin Williams.
Howie Mandel, Jeff Altman.
Yeah. Yep. Richard Pryor and even Yakov Smirnoff is there. So for the ultimate 80s experience. But yeah, I briefly looked for this on the internet and couldn't find it, but I know it's out
Yeah,
there.
they released it on VHS. I got to perform in the big room once. First of all, the Comedy Store is the worst place to perform comedy. It's just like a tap out room. It's like a no fear, like it's all Rogan-y got like these days. I don't know if it's always like that.
God.
But I've done the belly room before, but I did a fundraiser in the big room, and it was with Judd Apatow and a couple other people, and Mark Maron showed up, and he wanted to just get on, and the girl who was running or I forget, whoever's running the charity thing didn't know who he was, and he was like, "Hey, what's going on here, man?" And they're like, "Oh, it's a charity thing, it's a fundraiser," and he's like, "Oh, can I go up?" And they were like, "No." It was so and he was like, "Oh, all right, man." It was so funny.
Wow.
Yeah. It was great.
I'm flipping over to Cannonball Run 2, and
Oh boy.
you don't really need to see that from the beginning.
No.
You kind of pick that movie up anywhere.
You just want Dom DeLuise scenes, and that's it.
Yeah.
I want I really love. I think that's the one at the end where Roger Moore that's the one where he's fighting. And goes, "I must warn you, I'm Roger Moore."
Yes. Yeah.
Gets beat up.
Yes. Yes.
That whole scene at the end, the whole nonsensical fighting scene where Jamie Farr's limousines are just parked. I love it. I love it.
Those movies are the height of the power of Burt Reynolds at that time.
Yeah.
Like Burt Reynolds could just be like, "I'm going to do this movie. It's whatever I want." And they're like, "Sure." just piling on weirder and weirder stuff. And they're like, "Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, we'll make that happen."
I'd like to see Adrian Barbeau in skin tights.
Yeah. So this Chinaman, Jackie Chan, get him in there. It's funny. This guy's funny. He does kicks.
their car, the computerized.
Yep.
I don't know if it's that. That's in that one.
Yes.
Right? The computerized.
Yep.
I want
Fantastic.
that car now.
Friday night, final night of the week. What are we doing?
So this was really tough for me because I didn't want to monopolize all my time with one thing, and we've talked about Just the 10 of Us 6 times now, and I didn't want to miss Just the 10 of Us, but I had to after watching bits and pieces of it. But this Crossing the Mob
Jason Bateman.
movie with Jason Bateman
Yeah.
playing a streetwise Philadelphia kid, and I just procured it a couple hours ago, so I haven't watched it. But somebody only uploaded the Maura Tierney scenes on YouTube because it's some
That's all I
Maura
want.
Tierney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like her first
just
thing.
Yeah, and so it's kind of creepy the way they did it, but you do get to see some of the Bateman scenes, and they only established in film the Philadelphia accent 2 years ago. So in 1988, he's basically doing Andrew Dice Clay the entire
Oh, yes.
time.
It's very
And
Jersey.
I was like, yeah, and I just canceled the rest of my scheduling for Friday. I was like, I gotta watch this movie immediately.
It's what I would call
I'm probably going to be doing it soon. So.
it's what I would call a collar up accent.
yeah, 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 for sure.
Also,
that's exactly
the
what
full page ad in the tiniest font ever, in the lower left hand corner has a wonderful phrase. It says, "Also starring Frank Stallone."
Yeah,
The
it's
smallest
amazing.
possible font.
Yes.
Like there's a contractually obligated font size. Also starring
Yes.
Frank Stallone. Did you just say Frank Stallone? No.
So yeah, I don't.
I want to see this. I've never seen it, but I'm very curious.
Yeah, I'm very pumped to watch it later.
I didn't look to see if I was going to get stuck watching the Bush-Dukakis debate. There's a lot of threats in here that might happen. I don't know if it was happening or not. I think that was a good one, though. That was the one that had a lot of one-liners.
Yeah,
That's
I
like,
think
you're
so.
no Jack Kennedy, sir, and stuff like that. I'm probably going to end up watching... this is Friday. I'm going to do... I guess I got to do Perfect Strangers. It's a premiere.
Well, you could have watched UFO Cover Up.
I think I got to watch Perfect Strangers. But I'm stuck after that because I don't like Full House that much.
Yeah.
So I have an 8:30 dilemma that I'm going to have to sort out while you guys...
Yeah, this is the 4th season opener of Perfect Strangers. Yeah, 8:30. There's not a lot of choices because it's there's not a lot of stuff starting. Halloween is Grinch Night is on the Disney Channel, which is a fucking awful special.
Yeah. Why does the Disney Channel even get to work with the Grinch? They own Dr. Seuss, or is it...
So it was a lot more loosey goosey in those days, where they would just buy re-airing rights for anything animated.
All right. I watched my cousin. I had a spoiled cousin. But my grandparents bought the Disney Channel for him, so I've seen every episode of Dumbo Circus.
Oh God, and it's weirdly Christian message.
Yeah, yeah, and the Winnie the Pooh show that was
Yep,
similar.
and Mousercise.
I've seen Mousercise. I've seen Just You and Me,
Yep.
Kid. Just You and Me, and I've seen all of Donald Duck Presents.
Yep.
And there's one other thing that I don't know. There's another one.
DTV, the music videos. Oh God.
Donald Duck Presents has a cool theme song though. It's got kind of a creepy, like whisper whisper soul song kind of. Donald Duck Presents. Na, 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 na.
Oh boy. Yeah, I only saw those on the free preview weekends. Something children now wouldn't understand the power of.
Gotta get a spoiled cousin. It's great.
Spoiled cousin or a divorced dad with a satellite dish. That's how you got the Disney Channel. So 8:30. What are you doing, Mike?
Oh no!
Oh, you're watching the whole night. You're watching
Oh,
Bateman. That's right.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately, that's
you have to make your choice, Scott. Are you going to do Halloween as Grinch Night, or are you going to stick it out?
Well, the week is ending, and this is my last chance to watch some Cagney and Lacey.
There you go. Yeah, you want to go to bed with that dancing in your head.
Yeah, so I'll just top over. I mean, Murder She Wrote. There's a whole bunch of great. There's also the Blue Lagoon. If I want to be real, am I an adult?
What a
in this
terrible
situation?
movie! And it's on WOR, so it's totally edited for TV.
Yeah, they're taking out all the parts I want to
Yeah.
see.
Hey, they put up the Brook Shields. I can't see nothing. I'm from Philly. I'm watching Belvedere, 5th season opener.
Oh, yeah.
Love Belvedere. Love it to this day. Rewatch it all the time. It's the only sitcom that I've had all the children on the show on the show of.
Even the one who grew up to become Marilyn.
Yes, had his ribs removed. Yep. He directed a documentary about the Blue Angels last year.
Really?
Oh wow.
Does he use the Van Halen song, the Blue Angels?
Yes. You know who his roommate was while he was filming Mr. Belvedere?
Who?
Doug Benson.
Really?
What was Doug Benson doing?
Doug Benson is older than you think he is. And he was doing acting and stuff. He was like extra in movies. He's an extra in Blade Runner. And he was just living with with the kid who played Kevin, which is why that Mr. Belvedere sat on his balls story got around. Because Benson used to go to every taping.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really like the 80s. I don't know if they even do this anymore, but the 80s sitcom formula of pitting two weird, witty adults against each other.
Yep.
Like Give Me a Break kind of had this a similar thing. But they're not quite as witty as Mr. Baseball and Mr.
Yeah.
Belvedere.
Oh, yeah. When the two of them, like the episode where they get addicted to playing pinball against each other, that's a classic. Yeah. Euchre's great. And then just the 10 of us, my favorite sitcom, loved it so much. This is one of the ones where, let's see, they go on a camping trip. This one's not the best episode, but it's still pretty good. Also had many cast members of that show.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, I love Just the 10 of Us. It was so heartbreaking not to be able to pick it. But yeah, as a Freddy Krueger kid, and there's Heather Langenkamp, and there's a kid in there that's obsessed with Freddy Krueger. It was
Matt Scheckman, who directed WandaVision and does all the Marvel stuff now.
Whoa.
Wow. I just figured he fell off the.
No, he directed a ton of Mad Men. He's like a massive director. I became friendly with Joanne Willette, who's from Maine, and she did a great one-woman show. And years ago, Rachel, my wife, and I went to her like the first night she ran her show, and it was in a little black box theater that Max Schenkman owned, and literally the audience was me, my wife, my friend Maria, and then the entire cast and crew of just the 10 of us. It was everybody. It was so weird. It was very weird. So I got pictures of me in the Lubbock Babes.
I'm confused why at 10 o'clock there's like some sort of multi-part night court.
Yes.
It's just like 1 and 2 of 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is it at 10 o'clock? Is that when it really aired?
No. So what happened was they did a 2-part season ending cliffhanger, and then there's a 2-part season opener. So they're re-airing the ending of the season before the opener the next week, and it must have been that 10 o'clock on Friday was the only place they could put for 2 parts. But it was pretty ambitious, yeah. And then the full page ad for Freddy's Nightmares premiere.
Yep.
I kind of want to watch it again.
It's the first one is decent, and then it gets real bad. Real bad.
I don't know though, because I'm intrigued by Scuba World down.
Who isn't? Who isn't?
And I kind of want to watch First and 10.
Oh God, that's bad.
I always want.
Yeah.
Oh come on. First and 10's great. What do you
Delta Burke. Back when people called O.J. Simpson First and 10's O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Donald Gibb is great on it though. I will give you that.
Yeah. You know what else I can't figure out is I don't know anything about television scheduling back in the day, but there's like multiple references in this issue to L.A. Law and how like that is blotting out the sky. L.A. Law has taken over TV. Where's L.A. Law? Because it's not anywhere.
I think it was 10 o'clock on Fridays, but I think it wasn't airing this week because it was.
They put Night
Court
Court
they put Night Court on instead. Yeah, they're like it's a court show. No one will notice.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Where's Corbin Burnson? I don't see him.
I went to a convention once, Monster Palooza, I think it was, and like all these special effects guys like will bring their best work and they try to like outdo each other. And one of the guys had an incredibly accurate severed Corbin Burnson head. I don't know what it was from, but it was like
The dentist, probably.
It was new. It was like it looked so realistic. I have pictures of it. It freaked me out so much. It was just Corbin Burnson's severed head.
It's the canceled Major League sequel.
He's just a floating head. It takes place in the future, and he gets put on a cyborg body. Yeah, I would watch that. He's still married to Amanda Pays from The Flash and Max Headroom. She does interior design work now. Not interested in talking about her career, but that's fine. So that is the week. Thank you guys so much for doing the show. We did it.
For sure.
Did it hold up to the dream?
It did, man. I mean, I could just talk about TV forever. So it held up to the dream for me, for sure.
Scott.
It's funny because I think of myself as being steeped in this stuff, and I can rattle off every jingle I've ever heard, every commercial I've ever heard. I remember up until like 95 or something like that. But then when I start talking about these things, I'm like, wow, I actually don't remember anything. I have no recall, no grasp of details. And
that's what our
like
show
a normal
is.
human being.
Us. Yeah, it's us realizing we've only heard 3 bands in our lives, and now we have to talk about all the rest of the bands that we thought we knew, but we
Best TV theme song to sing at karaoke?
Dear John.
Oh, really? Gonna go with Dear John?
I mean, I would go with MASH, but that doesn't have.
Yeah, you have to Michael Winslow the thing.
Yeah,
And I'm going with Perfect Strangers. That is a belter. Like that is fun to belt out.
I might have to go with Mr. Belvedere.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to do 3, 2, 1 Contact.
Contact. It's the reason. It's the
people will be so
moment.
pumped.
Oh yeah, that's anthemic.
Let's make contact. And then everyone with me will go 3, 2, 1.
Contact. Yeah, big time. Yeah, I think
That's where I'll peak.
I feel like the Perfect Strangers song is like that too, or when you get to the standing tall on the wings of your dreams.
Well, you know, you remember the video game that someone made?
No.
It was like there's this whole kind of like weird timeline, you know, of like vaporwave stuff.
Yep.
And you know, there's that someone made that quick video of the Lady in Red
Okay.
Michael
Yeah.
DeBerg,
Yep.
and it's got the pyramid waving, and it's pretty. I think actually someone famous. I think the 10 Tricks Point Never guy or whatever, someone like that. Somebody famous made it, and it's just this like 3-second nobody here over and over. And like at that same era, someone made a game where I think you're Balky and you're just running down a highway, like a rainbow highway, trying to realize your dreams.
Yes.
And it plays standing tall.
On the wings of my dreams,
It is so inspirational to
wind and haze, I was bound for better days.
my life and my
Nothing's gonna stop me now. Yeah, and then the harmonica comes in. It's the best Bruce Springsteen song ever.
Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk up on stage with a flute and I'm gonna play Ruckzuck, this Kraftwerk song that used to be the theme from Newton's Apple.
Nice.
And-
I love Newton's Apple.
me out.
I love Newton's Apple. I love specifically the episode with the quicksand.
Yeah. I've seen a lot. I've seen lots of it, but I don't remember one single second from it other
Yep.
than growing up and hearing the theme song on a Kraftwerk
Yep.
record.
I'm like, Newton's Apple. Really did German experimentalism. Well, thank you guys so much. I'm glad we did this. We'll have to do this again. I'll at least need a follow-up of what the Jason Bateman mob movie's like.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think we should watch it. We'll do a live stream, and it'll go on our Patreon, so only 40 people.
I'm down.
Never seen
I'm
it.
down. That's probably more than watched it when it aired. Cool.
Do we plug anything?
Oh yeah, go for it. Plug away. Yeah. Oh, Leo, who are you guys?
Have we even mentioned who we are?
No, we haven't yet.
Okay.
So we do a podcast called First 7-Inch Club. If you are into hardcore, punk, or metal music, what we do is we take a 7-inch from the past and kind of like overanalyze it and talk about the little nooks and crannies. We dox everybody that was in the band against
Yeah.
their will. They don't know about it. And then we talk about the music, and we talk about how bad the graphic design is and everything. And we make it very interesting. It's more of a funny podcast than a nerd podcast, so you'll laugh instead of learning any. Hopefully, you won't learn anything. And if you like that enough, we do a Patreon, and on that Patreon, we do the aforementioned Equalizer Punk, where if you do like hearing people talk about television, we cover a lot of punk and television, and now movies, because we've kind of already bled dry the television part, so we've kind of moved on to movies. But you can learn about the first instance of punk in sitcoms, which was CPO Sharky, starring Don Rickles.
Yeah.
And you can learn a lot of stuff. So yeah, check it out for 7-Inch Club, wherever you find your podcast.
And if you're in one of the bands we've covered, this is how you'll find out. You'll find out all that we've looked up about you and all that we got wrong.
We haven't done Ken's band yet.
Oh.
Ken, don't think I don't know that you were in a band and that you have a 7
Several.
that is qualifies.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first one is I'd be curious what you think of that one.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have a special crossover episode coming up
We
soon.
had pretty good graphic design though.
We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's not the brain, but it's good. All right, awesome. Thanks, guys. Told you. They're great. Listen to their show. And you will enjoy it. They got a good sized back catalog you can dip into. And you discovered something new. And if you're a fan of their show and you're checking my show out for the first time, thank you and welcome. And you have excellent taste. I appreciate you doing that. And I hope you have a sexy hot summer. Please be here next week. Don't let that sexy hot summer kill you. Please be here next week because I'll have a brand new edition of TV Guidance Counselor.
Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.